What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the driver's seat. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about some Subaru news. Subaru just released their pricing for the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. All right, so a quick recap. They released images of the new Forester a couple months ago, and it garnered some mixed reviews. Some people liked it. Some people think that Subaru is losing their, is losing their styling or something like their styling essentially. What makes them unique? Because when you really look at the Subarus, when you look at the Subaru now, their vehicles, they look pretty unique. They don't look like anything you really see in the market today. But with this new styling, I forget what generation this is, but some people, myself included, it looks like it got to the back end of their last year Forester, but it has the front end of a Ford Explorer. That's why some people are saying that it's losing its touch. But when you look at it quickly, that front end, especially with their Subaru logo being blue and an oval, it doesn't help that it looks like a Ford Explorer. So now every time I see one of these behind me, I'm going to think it's a damn cop. All right, so let's get into some numbers here. First, let's talk about some key points about what they're releasing with this 2025 Subaru Forester. So it's going to have a sleek and modern interior and exterior design. It's going to have standard eyesight on all trim levels, which is great, even though mine is a little finicky. It's going to improve the handling and the ride quality. It's going to have an available 11.6-inch touchscreen infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Not a big fan of the big screen. I'm a person that loves buttons. In my 2023 Subaru Ascent, I hate the big screen in terms of that it controls everything about the car. Climate control, X mode, auto brake hold, all that stuff. Just hate it. Bring back buttons. There's nothing wrong with buttons. I don't like this whole Tesla route of minimalism in the cabin of vehicles, but I digress. It's going to have a new kick sensor activated hands-free power gate, which is super cool. If you've never had that and you don't get it, it is something that is really convenient, especially if you have a family. It's going to have a more powerful and stiffer chassis, standard all-wheel drive, obviously. This year, it's going to be in in 6 trims, because it's going to be the base, premium, sport, limited touring, and wilderness. It's going to be on sale this year in the spring of 2024. So the new Forester is going to have a bold grille, premium wheels, and it's going to hint at some off-road capabilities. The interior is comfortable and functional and prominent, plenty of cargo space. The Subaru is known for their safety. The 2025 Forester is no exception. Standard eyesight is going to be available on all trim levels, including it's going to have features like automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and the new 2025 is going to have an emergency stop assist, which can bring the vehicle to a full stop if the driver becomes unresponsive. Again, it's going to have remote access like the Starlink for your My Subaru app, most likely, wireless Android Auto, and CarPlay. It's going to have a 2.5-liter Boxer engine, all-wheel drive, and obviously it's going to be mated with a CVT engine transmission. It's going to have 60-40 split rear seats, which is great. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the wilderness is probably going to have like bronze wheels maybe. That'll be cool. Obviously, the touring is going to have that Napa leather that they're known for. As you can see in the interior, it looks like the same. They still don't have... Like, I like Subaru, but, they're still behind the 8-ball sometimes. Like, the interior looks nice, but you still have the analog screen, like the analog gauge clusters. Like, it's time to at least convert to digital on the touring one. Steering wheel remains the same. Shifter remains the same. Nothing really new here. It's all pretty much the same as last year, and the same as it's been, with the exception of the 11.6-inch screen. Now let's talk about pricing. All right. Let's see here. So this car is going to be delivering a measly 180 horsepower. Well, that's not measly. That's about average for a compact SUV like the CRV. I think the CRV puts out a little bit more, especially if you get the hybrid one, the RAV4. You know, they all put out, you know, sub 200 horsepower unless you go for Mazda and you get the turbo ones. Those are putting out over 200 horsepower, close to 300. So the standard infotainment screen is going to be the 7-inch display with Android Auto and CarPlay, which is not going to be wireless. The Forester Premium is going to start with the 11-inch screen with wireless CarPlay and all that. Panoramic moonroof, heated front seats, X mode with hill descent. The Sport, you're going to get different stylings on the outside. Blind spot detection with lane change assist, rear cross traffic alert. If you go limited, you're going to get the leather trimmed upholstery, driver assistant features, foot activated rear power gate. And then when you go touring, it's going to have the Harman Kardon Premium Auto 360-degree camera for like the outside, driver focus, which is not that big of a deal, the driver focus stuff. Let me get the pricing here. The Subaru Wilderness is going to start at $34,920. It's going to have a different front fascia with a hexagonal grille, hexagonal fog lights, and a useful anti-glare hood decal on the hood. So it's like think of like the middle of your hood. It's going to have like a black wrap on it. It's also going to have the StarTex seating, which is like I don't want to say fake leather, but, you know, fake leather. It feels like leather, but it's like water resistant and like perfect if you have dogs and whatnot. This one's also going to have an option is going to be the 8-inch display with the navigation system. So the pricing will be as follows. A base Subaru Forester is going to be $29,694. The premium trim level is going to be between $31,995 or $33,195 because it depends which package you get on that trim level. So if you get the 11 package, that's going to come with that's just the base one. But if you get the added option of 15, that's going to come with the power gate, the blind spot detector, and cross traffic alert, which is going to add $1,200 to that trim. For the Sport trim level, between $34,000 and $36,000, those are going to have the options to include 21 and 24 options. 21 is the standard base, like there's nothing added to it. If you get the 24 package, it's going to have the upgraded audio system, power gate, and the reverse automatic braking. Limited is going to be 35 to 37, so that's going to include, doesn't even have the numbers here. It's weird. Oh, I'm sorry, 41 and 42. So again, just Harman, I don't know why it's different price for different trim levels to get those. It's the same thing. Well, I guess this one's not including the power gate. And then you got the Touring, which is going to be $39,995, which is going to be fully loaded essentially. And then you got the Wilderness trim. It's going to come in two different price points depending on which option package it comes with. Going to be between $34,000 and $36,000. So which one would I pick if I was in the market for a Subaru Forester? I would probably be in the range between the Sport and the Limited. I don't think I've ever bought in a fully loaded vehicle. I'm always in the trim level, not base, but at least one up base or at least Sport. So for me, it's between the Sports trim level, which is $36,000, or the Wilderness package, which is also $36,000 if you get the Power 20 package 22 on there. So for me, if I was getting this vehicle, I'd be either looking into the Sport or the Wilderness, just because the Wilderness has the off-road look to it, And like I said, it just looks better. All right, well, that's the prices for the 2025 Subaru Forester. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. More car news coming at you from the driver's seat.